And good morning, everyone. And I suck because I just realized I forgot to move my mic back over here. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and Coffee Stream episode 475. I apologize. I should have done this before I went live. That is my fault. There we go. I hope you're all having a good weekend, a good Monday, and that you all had a good weekend. There we go. Everything has been situated. Okay, we're good. So, we are starting a bit early today because I do have an orientation and mobility lesson, and my worker had to come early because she has some RL stuff, an appointment. So we're going to do a bit of an early and short stream today. So I figured, why not get this started right now. Greetings, Mr. Costin. I hope you are well, and I hope everyone else that is here is well. So what we have is I've got a video, it's 2 minutes that we're going to react to, and I have a couple of stories that we're going to read. So, we're going to start off with a story. Real life is evil. I agree. Hello there, Scap. Pouring in. Hey, Maniac Man. Hey, Skep Talk. Hey, Costin. So, I'm going to start with a story, then we're going to do the video, and then we're going to do the other two stories. That's how we're going to do this. So, let's start here. Alrighty. I'm kind of happy this morning. I'm happy and not happy because I had to spend money on new shoes that I didn't think I would have to buy because I was hoping I was going to get some more use out of the shoes I had, but they lasted me actually 6 years. I got them when the oldest boy was about 1, so come to think of it, I did actually get a fairly good use out of them. I had to buy new winter boots because the soles of my shoes were literally peeling off of the uppers. So thank God for Cyber Monday, because I hopped online and got myself a nice pair of boots, but I think I can use them in the summer as hikers as well. They're waterproof. And like the current pair of shoes I have, they have a really grippy sole for like ice and snow and stuff. Because I find those those metal grippers you can clip onto your boots. I find that those actually take away from my contact with the pavement, and I actually feel like I don't know where I'm going. Even though I have my cane, when I wear those I guess they're called like traction things, they actually, they like, my feet don't feel like they're on contact with cement, and I literally don't feel like I know where I'm going. So I prefer to buy shoes that actually have a sole that's got grip. Because those removable ones, they just really fuck with me. Oh man, over summer break, that sucks. Jaeger Pony, hi! But yeah, I got a pair of $179 boots for $89 because of Cyber Monday. So, yay deals! These statistics are erroneous. I feel like I'm in Chicago in the courtroom scene. It's erroneous, sir! It's erroneous! Local hospital dealing with misinformation on COVID-19 vaccines causing stillbirths. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. There is a lot that's going on with these vaccines. There are a lot of side effects going on. But we need to be we need to be like less ridiculous. You need shoes that let you feel the ground. Yes. I need shoes where I have like contact with the pavement. Like, and even with thick-soled shoes, I can still feel like I'm grounded. But when I put on those metal cleats on the bottoms of my boots, I just feel unsteady. I don't have contact, full contact on the ground. It's weird. It's very weird. It's the same, like, I tried on a pair of my uncle's soccer shoes once, and I had the same feeling. Like, with the cleats that pop, those metal cleats, I had the same feeling. So apparently people are telling other people that the COVID shot causes stillbirth. Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that. We don't even have half the data we need. Exactly. We cannot be, like, making grandiose statements on either side of the vaccine efficacy right now. We need to just be gathering data. So, fear-mongering or, shaming, either one, is not helpful. It's not going to do any good. All right. Let's take a listen here. Let's take a read. Grand River Hospital and St. Mary's General Hospital say misinformation is circulating online reporting an increase in stillbirths in Waterloo region related to the COVID-19 vaccine. Hello, Selected Boy. Yeah, I have, I don't know why people need to do this. The hospitals have been dealing with the spread for a couple of weeks, officials said. While always tragic, the occurrence of stillbirth remains between period 2 and period 4, or between 0.2 and 0.4% in Waterloo region, which is lower than the national average. So 0.2 and 0.4% of the population of Waterloo is born stillborn. Okay? If you take into account the combined populations of Waterloo and Kitchener and Cambridge, you have over 1 million people. Okay? But we're just looking at St. Mary's and Grand River right now. So let's take Cambridge out. So you've got, I would say, maybe 900 and something thousand people between Kitchener and Waterloo. Okay? So 0.2 and 0.4% of we'll say 950,000 people. All right? Every year. That's like nothing. So to say that there's been an increase in stillbirths for any reason would be like headline news. Regardless of what it is, right? Like if it was vaccines, if it was, oh my God, we've just found out that this drug that we thought was safe to take during pregnancy isn't, and a whole bunch more babies are being born dead. Like, this would be headline news if it was a localized increase. Like, people, you need to, when you get information given to you, you need to critically evaluate every piece of information. Let's see. They don't want. There's one thing that I know has a bit of data on stillbirths and miscarriages, but they don't want to talk about that, and that's abortions. Well done, Maniac Man. Quote, that information really just doesn't sit well with us. And it doesn't sit well with the statistics that we've been able to pull out. Our stillbirth statistics compare very favorably or much lower than that. Dr. Peter Potts, Joint Chief of Staff for Grand River Hospital and St. Mary's General Hospital, told CTV News, he's the Joint Chief of Staff for both? Well, I guess they do work closely together. That would make sense. This is crazy. The hospital said spreading this information is dangerous and creates unnecessary anxiety among expecting families and unnecessary anger and grief among grieving families who have just lost their child. Like, the unnecessary rage, guilt, and all that, and all those emotions that come with this. You know, if you see this misinformation, you know, oh fuck, I got the vaccine and now my kid's dead. You know, like, that's unnecessary guilt and sadness that's already on top of the inevitable grief that you're going to experience if your child is stillborn. Quote, we're quite confident that these statistics are erroneous and putting a lot of fear in women around the risk of stillbirth. It isn't warranted, Dr. Potts said. Like I said, there needs to be, yeah. What I mean is, it's more likely, or it's believed that women who get abortions are more likely to have miscarriages and stillbirths. I have heard that, Maniac Man, and it makes sense. The more times you get an abortion, you're damaging your uterine lining, right? Because the abortionist, the doctor, has to physically detach the embryo from your uterus, right? And you're going to cause scarring on your uterus if you get multiple abortions, and then it's going to be harder for a pregnancy that you do want to implant and attach properly. Where are we here? University of Guelph psychology professor Patrick Barclay said people have become less trusting of medical professionals and the government because the pandemic has gone on so long. He feels gaining that trust back will take time. It's not just because of how long the pandemic has gone on, doctor, and you know that. You know that. It's because of the almost daily changes that the government has been making in policy and law. I'm sick, but it's only the flu. Oh, the flu still sucks, dude. The flu still is freaking awful. Pincalo says, I still think we should go with my plan. 3 abortions, just like 3 strikes, and then your uterus is out. I agree. If you are having Like, if you cannot protect yourself and you just keep getting yourself pregnant, and then you run to the abortion clinic and treat that like birth control more than 3 times, you obviously don't want kids, so you don't need a uterus. Quote, the more transparent the communication, the more that it expresses, the more that the uncertain expresses the uncertainty. Here's what we know, here's what we don't know. Then the more that people trust that because they can see that they're being dealt with honestly, Barclay said. Yes, the lack of honest communication is why people don't what's it called? It's you've got to be more transparent. Um well, I don't know. Apparently it's very hard for people. Oh, the flu is definitely way worse. We're pretty sure that we've had COVID uh, probably, I think, twice. I'm pretty sure we've had COVID twice now. Once in the beginning, like in May or something of 2020, and then pretty sure we had it in the end of July of this past July. And hands down, the flu is worse. Like, even because the way I get over the flu is I'm pretty much down for a day, and then I'm okay again. But even that one day is miserable. Like, I cannot stand it. And like, yeah, the having COVID sucked. Like, the this past time I still have to use my inhaler, like my daily inhaler now. I hadn't needed it for a few years, but I did need to start taking my daily inhaler again. But just the amount of energy going to the toilet to puke takes when you have the flu feels like you've been it physically and emotionally feels like you've been dealing with both your kids on their worst days while you're on your worst day. Like, I fucking hate the flu. This the flu feels natural. COVID did not feel natural. It kept sidestepping to different I know. I know. Like, I didn't quite have a chest cold. I didn't quite have a head cold. I didn't quite have a fever, like a bad enough fever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was weird. I didn't quite have the flu. Like, I felt nauseous and achy, but I didn't quite have the flu. It was just weird. All right, it's time for our video. And the CBC has been quite ridiculous lately. Pause, damn you. Thank you. Um, so the CBC has been just absolutely out of its mind. Um, we're gonna see the in this video how that they're being ridiculous, and in the coffee shot that's coming tomorrow, we're gonna be covering a CBC article as well. And this is just like we're gonna see it. I'm just gonna get the screen shared here, and we'll take a look. This is an interviewer, a reporter for the CBC, is interviewing Pierre Poilievre, who has been made the shadow minister for finance. So, the way our parliament works, very quickly, is when the party in charge, like the Liberals, is in charge, the opposition party, which is the Conservatives right now, creates a shadow cabinet, right? So a cabinet that basically mimics the cabinet that's in power to basically audit the ruling cabinet and make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and in the House of Commons calling them out, asking them questions, based on that specific portfolio. So Mr. Poilievre has been made the Conservatives' shadow finance minister. The back of the throat tickle was always there, but everything else kept jumping around. Yes. Lately, she says, yeah, no. It's more, yeah. Let them silence me. The disabled gamer will suffer as a result. Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. It's the tone policing is just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So here we are. This is called the CBC confuses a spin doctor for a medical doctor.
Hi, Mr. Poilievre. David Thurton from CBC News. It's very good to see you. So you told my colleague in French that you are double vaccinated. Mark Holland, the House Leader, was saying yesterday that there are a number of exemptions in your caucus and that they are statistically unlikely.
It's statistically unlikely for a group of 118 people to have more than one medically exempt person from the vaccine. Okay. I don't know how, but all right.
He didn't really tell us how many people in your caucus are exempted. So I'm just wondering, what's your response to that? I love the deep breath. Are there a number of exemptions that your colleagues are, saying that they have? And if you just want to respond to what he said.
Do you want me? Sorry, I was going to go to French, but yeah, listen. Mark Holland's not a doctor. What he is a politician, and the only thing he's trying to accomplish is to distract people from his inflation tax.
Yep.
I mean, the number one issue facing Canadians that the people want addressed in this speech from the throne is the skyrocketing cost of living.
He's not wrong, and this is evidenced by Candice Bergen asking the Prime Minister about, hey, do you know how much, bread costs? Do you know how much bacon costs? Like, I covered this in the coffee shop on Thursday. And this, as Mr. Poilievre here says, this distraction from the Liberals. What was Trudeau talking about when she asked that question? $10 a day childcare. Totally not what was being asked. A distraction tactic.
Liberals who have caused that crisis now.
He almost said liberals who caused that shit. Listen. We're gonna go back. Listen.
Liberals who have caused that crisis.
Liberals who have caused that crisis. He almost said, Poilievre, I think it's time we start actually saying who have caused that shit. Good catch on his part. Yeah. He almost said shit. He really did.
Now want to distract from it by talking about everything else under the sun.
Yep.
And I reiterate, the Liberals must announce a plan to end the inflation tax in today's speech from the throne. That's what Canadians and Conservatives are demanding.
Yes. And that's why they're focusing on the double vaccine, the vaccine status of the Conservatives. Hello, Maddie. He did. He really did. He so did, Maddie. He did. He totally did.
Just a quick follow up. Believe me, I don't want to keep asking you these questions
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You absolutely do.
about how many people are vaccinated.
I'm sure you do, but
I'm sure you listen. I'll let that play without interrupting, because I want you guys to hear this.
from the throne. That's what Canadians and Conservatives are demanding.
Just a quick follow up. Believe me, I don't want to keep asking you these questions about how many people are vaccinated.
I'm sure you do, but
No.
Oh, dude, our inflation's at 4.5%, and it happened over a year. Our inflation is fucking it's hitting us bad, and because we don't have as many people as you do, it's hitting us more because the money is not as spread out. And then listen, I'm gonna back this up. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear him protest vociferously.
I don't want to keep asking you these questions about how many people are vaccinated.
I'm sure you do, but
No,
yes,
I
go
don't.
on.
I really don't. But
No, I don't. I really don't.
about how many people are vaccinated.
I'm sure you do, but
No,
yes,
I
go
don't.
on.
I really don't. But so can you put it to rest? How many of your MPs
How
are
would I know?
vaccinated? And the exemptions. Are there any Conservative MPs that have exemptions?
Like listen to this. Like, I really don't. Yeah, my disability check is still the same. Now, my disability check, I have it. I'm lucky as fuck because Pinkalo is self-employed, and there are a few perks that self-employed people can take advantage of on disability. So thank fuck my check is a little more than most people that I know that is on disability. But it's still, what even are HIPAA laws exactly? Like, we don't have HIPAA up here, but we do have privacy laws. We do have medical privacy laws up here. We do, like, they're not called HIPAA, but we do have absolutely, we do have medical privacy. And it's just not, like, they just don't care. They just do not fucking care, and it's disgusting. It's So let's see here.
How would you expect me to know that? You think I'm going to pick up the phone and distract from my work fighting inflation to call every member of parliament and ask them that question?
Thank you, sir. Like, first of all, it's not his business to know what the other 117 members of his caucus's medical information are. That's not anybody in his caucus's job. It's not anybody in any place's job except their healthcare provider. And them. That's it. That's it. And for some dumbass CBC reporter to expect this is what's going on. So Aaron O'Toole won't answer the question. So now they're going to the most vocal MP, and they're going to try and piss him off and get him to answer the question. The only problem is these morons don't watch the question period in the House of Commons, and they don't see that while Polyev does get, and I'll say he can get petty. Like, there are things where he gets overly petty about and nitpicks. and he needs to pick his battles. But generally, like, he doesn't get angry enough to just speak without thinking. He's a very tactical speaker, even when he's rebutting. So I don't know what the CBC expects to gain here.
You're falling into the liberal trap. They don't want to talk about their inflation tax. They want to talk about anything else. And so Mark Holland can pretend that he's a doctor when really all he is a spin doctor who's trying to avoid taking responsibility for the hundreds of thousands of 28 and 29-year-old Canadian kids who can't afford a house and are stuck in their parents' basement.
Yep.
Or for the single mother who takes a walk up and down the grocery aisle and realizes she can't afford to put nutritious food on her children's table.
Mm-hmm.
Or the working class guy who pulls up to the gas station and only fills up a quarter tank because he can't afford to pay the rest of the cost.
There's times when I've been on the phone with Pincalo and, like, he hasn't gotten his check yet. And he's got to fill up, but he's like, shit, I have to, like, I can only put, a certain amount of money in the... Because it costs, like, to fill the van, I think it's like $100 or something like that. It is stupidly expensive. And he has to fill the van sometimes more than once a day. But at the very least, once a day, because he's a courier. Right? So, like, think of how much money just in gas a courier like Pincalo has to spend in this inflation. Or, like, when Pincalo goes to the grocery store, when he buys what used to cost us, like, $100 is now getting up to like 140, 150 for the same amount of stuff. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. $100, Jesus Christ. Yeah, select a boy. It's nuts. It's nuts. A full tank of gas for Pincalo is about $100. Now, like this, so, like, just imagine, like, this is insane.
Liberals don't want to talk about those people. They want to talk about anything else.
Yep.
And that's the only reason Mark Holland made those comments.
Yes. And the CBC being the complete government shill that it is, must ask the vaccine question. Pincalo says right now it's $1.30. It went down from yesterday where it was $1.44, and that's per liter, you guys. So $1. Let's see. How many liters are in 1 gallon?
1 gallon is 3.79 liters.
So 3.79 liters to a gallon. So what is $1.30 times 3.79?
I found an answer. It's displayed on your iPhone.
$3.86 US dollars, 26. Currency conversion.
No.
Canadian dollars and 93 cents Canadian dollars.
What is... Let's see. I don't know how to do that math. I suck at math. Anyway, it's a lot of money. So... And then, so Pincalo had... So, like, it's just... All of this inflation. Like, freaking a bag of bagels. Right? Not on sale. is about $5. Freaking bread, you can if you're this is why Pincolo goes to the dollar store to get bread. Because at the dollar store bread is $2 instead of like 4. Right? Those wrap, like the tortilla wraps, again, like $1.50 instead of $3. Like, but still, it shouldn't even be that much money at the dollar store. It shouldn't even be at the dollar store. Bread should be like $1, not 2. Those wraps should be like 99 cents. It's crazy. Like the amount of just the amount of insane price raising. Yeah, so Pincolo says, like last night, I went to buy a head of romaine. 2 weeks ago, it was $2.99. Last night, it was $3.49. That's fucking insane. That is a 50-cent price raise in 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck? It shouldn't be that much money. No, it shouldn't. No, you're absolutely right, Selective Boy. Yeah, $4 per gallon. Thank you, Asia Research Directorate. So yeah, gas right now, comparatively in Canada, is $4 a gallon. That's what it would be. Which is absolutely insane. Oh, at the other Sobeys I went to the other day, Pincolo says they were $3.99. What the fuck? And what's with the grocery stores having different prices on things? I thought that wasn't allowed. I thought that grocery store chains were not allowed to do that. I thought that they had to stay what's it called? Consistent. That's what I at least. Yeah. I'm very. Oh, look! The Omicron variant is in Ontario. Oh, now they're investigating 4 possible cases. It's almost like viruses mutate on their own. Isn't that fascinating? Oh, this is an interesting story. Let's take a look at this story and then finish with a sciencey type story. Because I've got one about the barrier reef from Gunfox. So we'll read that after this one. All right. Oh. It's okay, it's an individual. It's individual like purchasing agreement with farms. Okay. I see. I see. So here we go. So let's take a look here. We're going to read a story about an optometry trend that seems to be happening. Come on, computer. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Go faster. You piece of garbage. Fuck. Do you know you're about to be replaced? Is this why you're, like, slowing down, like, even more than usual? Computer? Are you sensing your imminent, retirement from service? So you're being an extra piece of garbage? Okay. So, another CBC article. Ditching glasses. New Brunswick optometrists seeing a trend during pandemic. Well, why? Why is that? Because you guys keep locking down? I still have to call and talk to the vision clinic about why, like, where the hell they went, because my oldest son was supposed to have a binocular vision exam, and they, because of the second lockdown last year, they were like, oh, we have to cancel his appointment. And then, like, so I have to get that sorted out. So it says masks and glasses make a frustrating combination for some people. Yeah, my friend, when I was visiting with her in the summer, she was like, my glasses, or no, my friend's daughter was saying, her glasses had started to fog up, because of her mask. Some New Brunswick optometrists are seeing a trend during the pandemic. Some people are ditching their glasses. Well, I would hope they're, actually ditching their glasses and using a different alternative instead of just walking around with bad eyes. Because that really pisses me off. Like, there was a season of Canada's Worst Driver where there was this person who literally could not pass the vision test without their glasses, and they didn't like the way that they looked with their glasses on, so they fought wearing their glasses. But every time they tried to drive the obstacle courses and the training courses without their glasses, they were like, I can't see, I can't see, I can't see. And I was like, then wear your fucking glasses. Like, as a blind person, it fucking drives me crazy when people refuse to wear the things that help their eyes work. It drives me insane. Like, I would go to school with girls, especially with girls, and they would be like, I just got told I have to wear glasses. It's gonna make me look horrible. And they would say that shit to me, right? And I would be like, gee, that must really suck. The fact that looking horrible can allow you to see properly. And they're like, I'm sorry, I didn't think about that. I'm like, no shit. You freaking ridiculous people. It drives me insane. Okay. Dr. Michelle Lane, president of the New Brunswick Association of Optometrists, says that some adults who have been wearing glasses for most of their lives have been going to eye doctors in search of other options. It is happening because people are often annoyed by the combination of eyeglasses and mask use. There's the fogging. That's been a really big issue for a lot of people, Lane said. Quote, even just taking your mask on and off, the movement or the loops will get caught in your temples or on your glasses, and your glasses go flying. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've also heard of people with hearing aids having like taking their masks off and the loops catching on their hearing aids and pulling them out. I had a version of that in high school, says Maddie. I had an eczema, and two girls were complaining that they were ashy. I told them I would kill for ashy and told them my patches. Oh, God. Yeah, eczema can be bad. Let's see. Lane said the frustrations have piled up enough for some to consider contact lenses or corrective eye surgery. Some people who used contact lenses in the past are returning to them. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I know a lot of people just don't like the prospect of touching their eyes to like pull the lenses in and out. Um, so I know that I know that there were some people that didn't wear contacts for that reason. Some New Brunswick are it refreshed it to the okay. But yeah, so like I can see that. Like this whole mask thing is getting ridiculous. Like when we were at the Apple store the other week to try to finance the computer, at one point Pincalo was like, he's like, you're gonna have to stand back a little bit. You've got to remember the social distance while we're in the mall because people get stupid and uncomfortable and weird. And I said, I know, but because of the noise in the store, the mask and on top of that, the mask muffles the voice, and it's hard enough to focus on one conversation when your ears are bombarded by noise, which in the mall, in the Apple store, it's stupidly loud. Add on top of that covering up your mouth like this and talking like this and standing like 6 feet away, it's fucking impossible to hear properly. And so I find myself having to get like closer than people are comfortable with, even though in normal times I'm still like far out of their bubble. Like when I say closer than people are comfortable with, I mean like 4 feet away instead of 6 feet away. It's frustrating. Okay, last story, and then I have to end the show. All right. Chrome tab. What time is it? 12:40. Okay. Got 5 minutes. Just texting my worker here. Okay. All right. Where are we here?
Messages. Closing messages. App switcher. YouTube. 12:40 p.m. Select Android. The only people I want with
The only people when I'm in a grocery line is for them to leave me alone. Yes. Yes. So, this is a cool sciencey article. So Australia's Great Barrier Reef erupt in color as corals spawn. This is kind of cool. Because it's the spring season for them right now. So Canberra, Australia. Australia's Great Barrier Reef is spawning in an explosion of color as the World Heritage listed natural wonder recovers from life-threatening coral bleaching episodes. Awesome. Because it was really bad. Like the bleaching of the coral, it was getting really, really bad. Scientists on Tuesday night recorded the coral fertilized billions of offspring by casting sperm and eggs into the Pacific Ocean off the Queensland state coastal city of Canberra. The spawning event lasts for 2 or 3 days. Interesting. So let's see. The network of 2,500 reefs covering 134,000 square miles suffered significantly from coral bleaching in 2016, 2017, and last year. The bleaching damaged 2/3 of the coral. 2/3. That's insane. It's almost like the bleaching of the coral off of there that was dying was like a new life cycle. Imagine that, right? And the Asia Research Director, it says the Great Barrier Reef dies off frequently. Yep. The bleaching is normal. Yep. It happened. It's called. They get sick, they die, and then new stuff is born. Gareth Phillips, a marine scientist with Reef Teach, a tourism and education business, is studying the spawning as part of a project to monitor the reef's health. So yeah, that's looks like the life cycle is beginning anew on the reef, and that just goes to show another example of the cyclical nature of this planet, and the fact that while human beings can and do have an effect, that it is nowhere close to the magnitude that we think it is. And our planet has an incredible ability to heal itself. And the life on it has an incredible ability to regenerate itself. This is not a surprise at all. So I'm glad to see that the reef is rejuvenating itself, and it would be nice if scientists could actually, convince people that this is, we are not going to all be doomed to die in a horrible climatological disaster. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all had a good time. And I sure did. And please remember, Coffee Shots is going to start premiering in the mornings now at 8 a.m. instead of 12 p.m. So be sure to catch that. I'm also going to be moving Beat the Blind Girl back to the nighttime. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at night. So be sure to catch that tomorrow night. And Canadian Wednesday will either be later in the day on Wednesday or just have to be switched to next week. I have a dentist appointment when I'm supposed to be doing the show. So we will see. But thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Bye, guys.